Hey guys, and welcome back into our weekly prep football talk. I'm Stephen Hargis, Times Free Press sports editor, along with Lindsey Young, our assistant sports editor, and we are knee-deep into the season now, Lindsey. We are rapidly approaching the midway point. This is week 3 in Tennessee, week 4 in Georgia, so we're starting to learn quite a bit about our local teams. Some surprises here and there, some teams that we felt were going to be really good or living up to the hype. One of the things we talked about last week in our prep page, if you haven't checked that out, by the way, on Sundays we have a full prep page of our analysis of things that are happening in the area, along with our region standings, our prep polls, the area scores. There's lots of things on that page, so check that out every Sunday. But one of the things we got into this past week was that the Sequatchie Valley, the 5 teams in the Sequatchie Valley, were not only 5-0, but all 5 won their games by shutout. A total of like 194-0 for those teams. So those teams are very, very strong. Something else to take away from me this week, Soddy Daisy is now 2-0 for the first time since 2017. So new first-year head coach for the Trojans, Josh Owensby. He has those guys clicking right now, both sides of the ball. They've proven a couple of weeks ago they scored 49 points in a win. Last week they had a shutout, so they're doing it on both sides. Tucker Ross, the quarterback, 194 yards passing, 191 yards rushing, 7 total touchdowns. He's getting it done, doing a little bit of everything there. They've got a big region game this week coming up at Loudon, and Soddy Daisy has not beaten Loudon the last 3 years. They've lost to the Redskins by an average of 30-6. So we'll see just how far Soddy Daisy has come this week when they travel to Loudon for a tough region opener there. Lindsey, what about in Georgia?
The big thing is, today I walked outside and it started to feel like fall. So,
it's a good thing.
Makes me look forward to Friday nights.
Yes. Anytime you can see your breath, that's always a good thing.
Fantastic. Ringgold improved to 3-0, which is, big. It's big that they beat Heritage, Catoosa County rival. Non-region game, but it sets them up pretty well for the postseason. They're going to get nice points out of that in Georgia's rating system. They created 4 more turnovers. 3 by our boy Cole Runyon. If you hadn't seen that story, it ran last week. It's still online.
Turnover machine.
Right. They discovered a couple of new weapons in running back Jeremiah Frost and receiver Eli Pursley. That'll be nice to see moving forward. Ringgold joined Trine and Northwest Whitfield with 3-0 starts. And each of those 3 is ranked in the top 15 in the state in their respective classes in the composite poll. The Bruins recorded their second shutout in 3 games and a win over Dalton. First time they'd be in Dalton since 2011.
It's big, yeah.
And I'll have more on that defense in Friday's TFP. So if you want to see it,
check that out for sure.
This week, Northwest Georgia's kind of light just because there are 2 bye weeks in Georgia. A lot of teams are taking them off. Ringgold hosts Rockmart, and what really could be the championship game in 7AA. It's early, and you never know, but that's big. And Heritage is looking to get back on track, and they're going to Gordon Lee in a non-region game, which is kind of neat. They haven't played since 2009, so big crowd.
Well, in Tennessee, the big things this weekend to watch for, we've got in Bradley County, we've got Walker Valley at Cleveland. So those kind of cross-county rivals playing each other. Cleveland in 6A, Walker Valley in 5A, but they're both ranked in the top 5 in their respective classifications. A couple of undefeated teams whose defenses right now are only giving up an average of about 12 points a game. That should be a good one to watch. That's going to be our main game for this week that we are covering. Also from Bradley County, Bradley Central travels to Maryville, so we'll kind of get a gauge of Bradley Central's season right there with a big region game. In D2AA, a couple of our local teams, CCS is hosting Knox Grace, Silverdale Baptist is hosting Knox Webb. So they're hosting a couple of Knoxville area private schools. Silverdale's coming off of a huge road win last week, very impressive in their win over Goodpasture. So be sure to check those results out. We'll have all of that in Saturday's edition, as well as online late Friday night, early Saturday morning. And then, of course, our Sunday section will have our prep page. So look for all those things coming up this weekend. We'll see you guys somewhere on the sideline, I'm sure, very soon.
Thanks for watching.